Goodman Show.
Hello. I'm supposed to welcome you to the Spud Goodman Show with open arms, but hey, we do the best we can with what we have, right? Anyway, tonight Spud visits with the one, the only, Tiny Tim. Okay, maybe he's not the only one. In fact, just what the hell does that mean anyway? The one, the only. There are 5 billion of us crawling around on Earth, so that's a pretty misleading statement, don't you think? Spud also chats it up with actor Robert Guillaume. Remember Benson? Or some play called Phantom of the Opera? For music, we have a really cool band from Australia, Frente. So let's cut right to Tiny Tim and get this show on the road.
All right, Spud Goodman at the backstage in Seattle, Washington, speaking with a man that's an American original, speaking with Tiny Tim. How you doing, by the way?
It's been okay. How have you been?
Not too bad, not too bad.
It's a pleasure being on your show.
Yeah, I would say pleasure with Joe. Get him back. By the way, it's my personal security, Irish. He takes care of people like Accordion, who's not supposed to be in this bit. He was in the last one. Let's talk a little bit about your act. Now, you could never, ever accuse anyone of ripping off your particular act. You're an original, correct?
Well,
you know, this guy's the first person in my career to call me Mr. Goodman. Except for that policeman who served me the subpoena on the set last year.
Question. You, at one time, were on top of the entertainment world. Did the Tonight Show. Everybody knows you were married on the Tonight Show. Is it a lot easier at this point, kind of being able to call your own shots, not having people hassling you all day and all night like it was at that particular moment in the late 60s?
That's a good question. It's a good one. I tell you, like everything, it is and it isn't. When you're on top, even though they tell you what to do, you know you're on top. And when you're not, you know, you have no choice, but you have to do what you do on your own. So you can look at it either way.
What's it like being on top? You know, I myself have to be frank with you. I have not had that experience yet. And, you know, a man can dream, but what was it like?
It was great. It was unbelievable. It was, you know, you get everything you want when you're on top.
Okay.
I visited Jaja Gabor's house.
Personally?
Yeah, and so many other places. It was a wonderful moment.
You know, if I would have learned to play the ukulele instead of the French horn as a kid, I would have had girls hanging all over me in band class.
Now, let me play the Barbara Walters thing, a little word association, all right? First thing that comes to mind, Madonna.
Well, she made the most of what she has.
Oh, tiptoe by the window, the promise we'll all be.
Dr. Kevorkian.
Horrible. I certainly, it's not his fault. He has his, he has ideas of, you know, killing people when they want to go. However, there's only one rare exception. If a person was dismantled and crushed by a wheelbarrow.
Heaven forbid.
You know, okay.
It's too bad Hollywood squares his history, because I think Tiny would make an excellent replacement for Paul Lynde, who I think is still dead.
I need your most memorable moment in show business to this day, and I need you to pick one, just one.
That's easy. Hang on, Christ, that was a great moment with Bing Crosby.
Bing Crosby.
On the Hollywood Palace, December 9th, 1968.
And who was on the bill with you that night?
Well, on the night, it was Bobby Joe Gentry. She had
Bobby Joe, yes, it was Billy Joe.
Right.
That's right.
And I can't remember the others, but I do know it was a thrill to meet Bing Crosby. And he was about 70 years old, and he said, I want to give the man who made Tiptoe Through the Tulips a household applause, you know, household name. And he said, I hear you're a fan of mine. And I said, I'll tell you what I'll do. And he sang a song from the 30s. I went into Where the blue of the night meets the gold of the day, someone waits for me. Brought the house down, and he never forgot the moment.
Were there moshers in those days? Were people stage dive, or were they pretty sedated in the Hollywood Palace? Was the crowd pretty much sitting down?
Oh, yes, they were wonderful.
Okay, all right.
Mrs. Goodman, I know you're Mr. G's mom and everything, and I'd really love to help you out, but I got a job to do here.
What's the big deal? Just tell me who Spud is interviewing over there. I won't bother them.
I'm sorry, I can't help you, Mrs. Goodman. Mr. G gave me orders to keep you out until he's done. That's why the door's locked.
Just between you and me, who is Spud interviewing? I heard it was Richard Simmons. I would love to meet Richard.
As far as I know, Richard Simmons isn't on the show.
Well, who is Spud interviewing then? A mother has a right to know these things. Is it Warren Beatty? A love affair was pretty lame, but I would kill to meet him. Have my picture taken with that stud.
No, Mrs. Goodman. Warren Beatty is not in the studio. Now, why don't you do what your son asks and wait outside in the parking lot?
Look, I am the mother who almost died giving birth to the star of this show. You think I get a little respect around here?
Your son respects you, but he still hasn't forgotten what you did to Montel Williams when he was on the show. Boy, was he PO'd.
So, I rubbed his head and made a wish. Big deal. You know he's a lot shorter in person.
I would really appreciate it if you would do me a favor and leave the premises, at least until the interview's over.
If I find out that he interviewed Alex Trebek or a big hunk like that I did not get to meet, there will be hell to pay, let me tell you.
This is the Spud Goodman Show.
I want to thank all of you for this great fishy present.
Spud, you're not listening. I love your work, I really do. Don't get so defensive.
Look, the deal is I do this show my way and you do what producers do. Just what the hell do producers do anyway?
This producer is fighting for you all the way with the network. I've got your back, so all I'm saying is just consider the possibility of a co-host.
Co-hosts are a relic of the past. Even Lisa dumped John Tesh.
Look, the business is cyclical. The co-host thing has made a comeback this season. I don't know, blame it on the Mondo ratings of Regis and Kathy Lee. It's a happening concept.
Does the name Dan Rather and Connie Chung ring a bell? What about Mike and Maddie? What about George and Alana? Now that was a great concept. Ex-spouses working together. Hey, why don't you just find the guy that mugged me 4 years ago and we'll work together too?
Look, our viewer research indicates that people love to watch the warm interaction between two co-hosts. It's like watching a family at work.
Don't viewers get enough of dysfunctional families with Jenny, Sally, and Jerry?
Just give it some thought, okay? I'm in here battling for you, but if the network does demand a co-host, well, then you better prepare yourself.
For what? Synthetic ear-to-ear smiles with cosmetic chemistry and putrid patter?
Yes! Give me that, and I guarantee the Spud Goodman Show will be the talk of the industry. Everybody's gonna want a piece of this show.
Listen, as the pimp, the producer of this program, I'm telling you one last time, no co-hosts. Right now, I gotta go check my email, but we will talk again.
Yeah, we will.
If you ask me, and I realize nobody ever asks me anything, co-hosts never work out. Just look at our divorce rate. Spud would be wise to stick to his guns on this one. Wait a minute. Just what the hell does that mean, stick to his guns? Who came up with that little homily? I mean, what kind of gun? A .38? A .357? A sawed-off shotgun? Violence never solved anything. So on a more sane note, let's hear some tunes. Here's Frente.
For it all, or do you just say right through? Are you as cool as you believe? Or are you playing hard? Are you waiting just to quietly cloak my card? Are you waiting for a moment to leave? I don't know how I bent or what you said to what I believe you meant. I don't know anything at all. I'm standing in the push and shove, and I'm just within the rescue of the labor of your love. I can't do anything but fall. I fall. But do you feel like I can never find you? But do you feel like I'm the only survivor? What am I thinking of? You and me and the labor of love. one chance, one shot. Oh, that's all anybody ever got. New boy, still all naked in the rush hour, dancing in my gutter. And if you wanna find me, call me. I'll be far from the cars and guitars and everybody. But do I feel like I can never find you? But do I feel like I'm the only survivor? Why am I thinking of you and me and the labor of love? And I never knew before, but I feel like a child in a cold, cold war. So strong, so tough, sitting in suburbia waiting for the wind-up. And I don't want to dance, I just want to jump from the prison of circumstance. Why am I thinking of you and me and the labor of love? But do I feel like I can never find you? But do I feel like I'm the only survivor? Why am I thinking of you and me and the labor of love?
Spud, I got an idea. Well, actually, it was a dream I had last night. As you know, I've been taking massive doses of melatonin, and lately my dreams have been in Cinerama with Dolby surround sound. Spud, it's incredible, man. You gotta try some of this melatonin.
I'm taking Prozac for my nightmares as it is. The last thing I want are more nocturnal film festivals.
The idea I had was I change my image. You know, a whole new persona. You know this guy, John Travolta from the 70s?
Yes.
Well, he's making a whole new comeback, Spud. He's huge. Maybe the king has seen better days. Maybe Elvis's popularity's slipping a little bit. What do you think about me getting a Fonzie look? I mean, the leather jacket, the DA. I mean, you know, he could be making a comeback real soon too, Spud. And then I can be ahead of the curve.
Look, I was never into Happy Days, okay? I don't even like the Weezer video. If you feel this need to go retro, why don't you at least check out somebody who was cool, like Dan Tana from Vegas or Barnaby Jones? Hell, even Mannix would be a better choice.
Barnaby Jones, huh? Well, he's kind of straight, Spud. And besides, I learned the theme song of Happy Days. Check it out.
I've never tried melatonin, but I'm really big on zinc as an aphrodisiac. It can pick a relationship up in years 5 through 8. After that, well, there's only so much vitamins can do, know what I mean? Right now, let's check out Spud's visit with actor Robert Guillaume. I hope Spud realizes he's not fond of Benson questions.
All right, I have ventured deep into the bowels of the children's department in Nordstrom's to speak with Robert Guillaume. Mr. Guillaume, may I call you Mr. or Robert?
You can call me Bowles.
Mr. Guillaume is supposed to be sort of cranky, but I don't see it. Maybe I should give it more time. Get back to the early career, when you did Soap, which was one of my all-time favorite comedies, did you ever think that Billy Crystal would someday host the Academy Awards?
No, I must say, I didn't think so at the time. Not because of lack of talent, but you know, these things you never think in terms of somebody just going all the way to the top like that, as Billy did. But when you look back on it, if anybody could, he would.
No way this guy's grumpy. He's a sweetheart. But I still think he'd take my head off if I ask him lame Benson questions. Now let's talk about Benson. You progressed from Soap. The career arc of Benson, you ended up when the series concluded as Lieutenant Governor. Let's just say Benson's career arc continued and you went on for a few more seasons. Would you have pursued politics on the national level, maybe House Majority Whip or something like that? What do you think?
Without a doubt. That's what we had in mind. We were going to go next to governor and then maybe for senator, and might take depending on the length of the run, we might take a stab at the presidency.
Okay. I can't resist. I have to at least touch on it. I mean, Benson was my third favorite show in '86, even if he is now the Phantom of the Opera. Now, this is off the record, but so far, you're a TV talk show veteran. How am I doing? I realize I'm not up to, like, Arsenio or Jay Leno's speed, but am I stacking up? How am I stacking up against, say, Regis Philbin or Byron Allen?
Regis Philbin.
Philbin, excuse me.
Yeah, Regis Philbin, I would say you're way ahead of him.
How about Byron Allen? Am I up to his speed yet?
Oh, I think so. I think Byron would be the first to agree that you are just about as good as he is.
All right, super.
I just can't not ask the question. I mean, I and millions of others have a need to know.
Long-term goals, Mr. Guillaume. Will there ever be a Benson reunion show?
Not as long as I'm alive.
This is the Spud Goodman Show.
Today we're going to play that game you love so much.
Yahtzee?
No. Today we're going to play a little word association. Maybe this will help you break through your emotional roadblock.
I'd really rather play Yahtzee. This word association thing is really boring. There are no winners or losers.
Look, we'll play a couple of games of Candyland after your session, okay?
All right, fine, cool. Let's just get the thing over with.
Just say the first thing that comes to your mind, Spud. Loser?
Anybody who golfs. But not putt-putt. I mean, they get mitigating points.
Role model?
I guess athletes are out of the question, huh? How about politicians? I guess not. Movie stars? Can I get back to you on this one?
Greed.
Is good. No. That was the 80s. Okay. Is not good.
Love.
Supermodels.
Hate.
Myself.
Commitment.
Alimony, palimony, and child support payments.
Success.
Everyone else failing.
Spud, I'm sensing a pattern of dysfunction here. That concerns me.
Well, we both know I'm messed up. I mean, that's why I pay you. I certainly hope you're not going to recommend Prozac again.
No, but lately it seems like you've taken things to another level.
So I'm sort of progressing then?
Well, that's one way to look at it, I guess. Let's end this session now. In 15 minutes, there's an after-school special dealing with psychotic behavior. Maybe you should tune in.
Oh, I love those after-school specials. I've learned so much from them, like why is Daddy a bigamist, or how to deal with Mommy's kleptomania, and how to make illegal aliens feel at home in America. It's great stuff.
Well, you better hurry or you'll miss it.
With my clinical depression getting worse, maybe I should make an appointment with Spud's therapist. She seems a lot more caring and empathetic than mine. It's tough when you have to unload all of your psychological baggage on somebody who moonlights as a dominatrix. Well, here's hoping we can do this again next week. I'll be looking for you. Once again, here's Frente.
You get the love for your birthday, baby. Open your eyes and say yes, no, maybe. The bug sticks on the chorus, a bomb, the world is silent. You listen like a lover to it. Sometimes a mirror is a miracle. Sometimes it's nothing at all. In this reflection, even angels fall. You could fly anytime, but even though you earn your own comment. Ordinary people, it's okay. You don't have to wear those wings. They're stupid things. I know some dizzy, easy heights don't stop you like that. The lights. Don't be smart, be beginner. Don't be wrong, even when it's right. Ordinary people, it's okay. We're not watching
you.